In today's school lesson, we learned how to use toothpicks and tiles to help us represent perimeter. Today we're going to go a little bit deeper with what perimeter and area are. And we're going to do this I'm going to read the paragraph and I want you to follow along as I read and take any notes that you feel you need to take. So, the perimeter of a shape is the total length of the boundary around the shape that encloses the interior or inside region of that flat surface. I'm going to say this again, but I'm going to draw on the picture to the right to help us better understand this. So the perimeter of a shape is the total length of the boundary around the shape that encloses the interior of that same shape. Okay, that is what perimeter is. So if we look at this example again, we look that we have a shape here. Okay, it's not quite a rectangle, but it still is a shape. And it has different lengths for sides. So our first side here, we have 8 centimeters. Another side is 4 centimeters, 6 centimeters, and 5 centimeters. Now all we have to do to find the perimeter is add 5 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4, which equals 23. And not just 23, because perimeter is actually a measurement. So we have to make sure we put 23 centimeters. And that would be our answer. Okay, let's move on and look at area. So again, let's read this paragraph together. The area is a measure of the number of square units needed to cover a region on a flat surface. I want us to circle this square unit piece right here. Square units, that's important. When we played the game Toothpicks and Tiles, we found that the tiles represented what the total area was. Okay? So let's read this again and let's try to highlight as we go. So the area is the number of square tiles, and I'm kind of squiggling in right now, that covers an entire region. Okay, so it's unlike perimeter. We don't just add up the lengths of the sides, but rather we add up the square units that are inside of that entire shape. So all we would have to do for this is count up our tiles. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 square units. So again, just to reiterate, if we have perimeter, we're adding up the outside of our shape. That's perimeter. If we have area, we are adding up the square units inside of that shape. Now, we can understand perimeter and area with rectangles pretty easily. So first, let's go over what a rectangle is. So a rectangle is a quadrilateral that has 4 sides with 4 right angles. This picture here, that is a rectangle. It has 4 sides, and you'll notice this little box here tells us that it's a 90-degree angle, which makes up a right angle. Okay. Also, you'll notice that the opposite sides are equal in length. So if we have 5 here for this side, what do you think we're going to have on this side? Correct, we're going to have 5 as well. And if we have 3 on this side, what do you think we're going to have on this side? 3 as well. Good. Now, to find the perimeter of a rectangular of this shape, we have to add up all of the different side lengths that enclose the inside of a shape. So we just mentioned that this side was also 3, and this side was 5. So to find our perimeter, we can add 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3. 5 and 5 is 10. 3 and 3 is 6. We have 10 plus 6, which equals 16 units. That's our perimeter. To find our area, we can either count up the number of tiles or squares within our overall rectangle, or we can find the area by multiplying the base times the height, which in this case would be 3 times 5, and that equals 15. But look, we can also count up the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Again, the same answer. You'll notice here we have a value of 3, 1, 2, 3, and here we have a value of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now go ahead and take a look at your review preview problems. I'm going to be looking at 1-11. Let's work on this one together. So if we look at part A, it asks us to find the area and perimeter of the shape. And they give us a shape that looks something like this. I'm not going to draw the unit tiles, but it does give us a 5 centimeters here and a 4 centimeters here. So if we wanted to find the perimeter, what would we do? Go ahead and try yourself. Okay, first thing I did, since this is a rectangle, I know that this side's also 4 and this side's 5, and then I'm going to add up each of my sides. 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 5 is 14, plus another 4 is 18. So my perimeter is 18 units. Now to find the area, all I have to do is multiply my base, which is 5. Whoops. My base, which is 5, times my height, which is 4. 5 times 4 is 20 square units. Now, if you go ahead and count the tiles in 1-11, you should also get 20. Go ahead and do that now. Okay, cool. So, if you got this lesson, I'd like you to press like on the comment box. If you still are having some trouble, I want you to go ahead and write what trouble you're having in the comment box. Leave a comment. Thanks for kicking it with Corey today. And always remember, keep that math swag.